In this lesson, we're going to take a look at payments. The payment function is equals PMT, and we take a rate, that's how much the interest is, a term, which is how long the loan is going to be, and the amount, which is the principal of our payment. What we did for fun is we started off by going to Auto Trader and finding a car that we liked. In this case, I found a Porsche, not this one, but a different one. And the Porsche was $19,524. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put where it says principal, $19,524, and say I'm going to borrow that much money. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come up with a yearly interest rate. And the interest rates fluctuates. And right now, often I see advertised, I've seen some as low as 5%. So I'm going to put a 5% interest rate right there. When we have a loan, we have to look at the number of payments. And typically, when we pay a loan, we pay 12 times per year or once per month. And so the number of payments in a one-year loan would be 12 if I was to borrow this money over 1 year. But probably more typical for a car loan would be 3 years, which would be 36 months. But I'm going to go a little bit longer. I'm going to say, what if I wanted to do a 5-year loan, which would be 60 months? So I'm going to borrow over 5 years. It's going to take me 5 years to pay the car off. That means I'm going to need to make 60 payments. So that is 12 payments per year times 5 years. So 60 payments. Okay, so I've got an interest rate of 5%, 60 payments, and the amount I'm going to borrow for this car is $19,524. Okay, I want to calculate how much I'm going to have to pay a month. Can I afford this car? Well, let's see if I can afford it. So in this cell, which is currently B20, I'm going to use the payment function. To use the payment function, I type in equals and PMT, which is payment, and then I'm going to put in the rate. So the rate is going to be this rate here, which is 5%, but a 5% rate, and this is very important, so really look carefully at this. Is this 5% per month? No. This is 5% per year. Because even though I make a payment per month, I want to know how much that month it cost me in interest. So the rate is going to be my interest rate, but I need to divide by 12. So pay close attention to that. A lot of people make the mistake that they just put the interest rate. But we need to put the interest rate divided by 12 because we pay every month. We pay 12 times per year in this type of a loan. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'll put a comma. And now I need to know what the number of payments is going to be. And so my term is this cell here, which I said was 60 payments. So I'll click on B, in this case B17, or I could write in 60. And then I put a comma. And then the last thing I need to put in is the principal. How much is the principal? Well, the principal is the amount I borrowed. And what is the amount I borrowed? $19,524. And so this car would cost me, I would have to pay $368 per month to get into this car. Okay, imagine you'll notice that the payment is negative. And that's because you're paying back your loan. So it is a negative amount. Quite often you're going to see, because we're making a payment and it's presumed that that's negative credit, that we're going to put a negative 1 in front, or we can just simply multiply this by -1 if I would like to have a positive number there. So I'm going to, my monthly payment is going to be $368. That is going to be a payment towards my loan. As I said, one thing that car dealers will often do is say, oh, we can get you into this car for less. Let's have fun. One of the great things about Excel, it automatically does things. So let's make the number of payments 10 years or 120 payments. And guess what? We can get that car for as cheap as $200 a month. Oh, that's starting to become pretty reasonable. Well, let's see if we can get it even cheaper. And imagine if we said 20 years. If we got a 20-year loan, which would be $240, whoa, that's hardly more than you're paying for your cell phone. And you get into this lovely Porsche. So there you see it, that it's really not that, sometimes it can be very misleading to have a car dealer talk about how much your payment is, because really what is most important is the amount of the principal. That's what the most important thing is how much does it cost you, as well as how much are you going to pay extra to borrow the money.